Hi students, welcome back to today's class. Today we are going to see one new chapter that is using Python libraries. So under using Python libraries, we are going to see the following subtopics. That is, first one is introduction, second, what is the library, and third one is importing modules in Python program, and fourth, using Python standard libraries, functions and modules, and fifth one, creating a Python library. Okay, so in this we are going to see introduction and what is library in the today's video. And first one, let me move on to first topic, that is introduction. We all must have read and enjoyed a lot of books like story books, novels, course books, reference books, etc. And if you recall all these book types, it will be having one common thing. Okay, what is that? All these book types are further divided into chapters. Why all these topics or book types are divided into chapters? Because putting all the pages of one book or novel together with no chapters will make the book boring and difficult to understand, okay, difficult to comprehend. So dividing a bigger unit into a smaller manageable units is a good strategy. So similarly in programming also, if we create a smaller handled units, these are all called as modules. A related term is library here. Okay, what is meant by a library? Library, it refers to a collection of modules that together cater to specific type of needs or applications. So that is going to be provide services to different type of needs or applications. We can make use of these collection of modules. So these modules, where it is available inside the library. Okay, example, if you take NumPy library of Python, it caters to scientific computing needs. So it is going to provide a service for scientific related calculation needs. We can make use of this NumPy library modules. In this chapter, we will talk about using some Python libraries, as well as how we can create libraries and own libraries and modules. We will discuss here. Okay. So what is a library? As mentioned about, that library is a collection of modules or packages. So what is the other name given for module? Packages. Okay. So it is a collection of modules and packages that together cater to specific type of applications or requirements. A library, it can have multiple modules in it. Okay. This will become clearer to you when we talk about what modules are in the coming lines. So some commonly used Python libraries are as listed below. First one is Python standard library. Second one is NumPy library. Third one is SciPy library. Fourth one is Kinter library. And fifth one is Matplotlib library. Okay, so these are the five commonly used Python libraries. In that Python standard library, what are all the modules it is having? Let us discuss each one by one. So this Python standard library, it is distributed with Python that contains modules for various types of functionalities. So every modules, it contains various types of functionalities, and some commonly used modules of Python standard library are, okay, so what are the modules or packages some commonly used are available in under this Python standard library. First one is math module, which provides mathematical functions to support different types of calculations. So it is supporting different type of calculations. Next one is CMath module, which provides mathematical functions for complex numbers. And third one is random module, which provides functions for generating pseudo random numbers. So pseudo random numbers we can generate with the help of this random module. Next one is statistics module, which provides mathematical statistics functions. Okay. And last one is URL lib module, which provides URL handling functions, that is uniform resource locator handling functions, so that you can access any websites. So normally URL is used for typing the address in the web browser. No? So URL is a web address only. So for what purpose we will use the web address? In order to search the website content. So you can access websites from within your program, through your program you can access the any website. So for that, this URL lib module is going to be used. And next library is NumPy library. This library provides some advanced math functionalities along with tools to create and manipulate numeric arrays. So what is meant by array? Array, its other name is linear list. So we have discussed linear list in the stack concept, that is data structures concepts. No, stack we can implement with the help of the linear list or array. Okay, so it is a list. So it is going to provide some advanced math functionalities along with tools to create and manipulate numeric arrays. And next one is SciPy library. This is another useful library that offers algorithmic and mathematical tools for scientific calculations. So it is providing algorithmic and mathematical tools for scientific calculations. Next one is Kinter library. This library provides traditional Python user interface toolkit and helps us to create user-friendly GUI interface. So user-friendly graphical user interface, if you want to have, we can make use of this Kinter library for different type of applications. And Molplot library. This library offers many functions and tools to produce the quality output in a variety of formats such as plots, charts, and graphs, etc. So if you want to create all these things, you can go for this. That is, if you want to produce the quality output in the variety of formats like plots, charts, and graphs, we can go for the small plot library. So a library, it can have multiple modules in it. So let us know what the module means. What is a module? The act of partitioning a program into individual components, that is known as modules, is called modularity. And module is a separate unit in itself. The justification for partitioning a program is that, so why we want to partition the program? So for that, the reason is that it reduces the complexity to some degree. So program's complexity is going to be reduced to some degree or to some limit. It creates a number of well-defined documented boundaries within the program. So well-defined and documented documentation that is available in the program, within the program. Another useful feature of having modules is that its contents can be reused in other programs. The same content we can make use it in another program without having to rewrite or recreate the contents. Okay. For example, if someone has created a module like play audio to play a different audio formats coming from different sources like MP3 player, FM radio player, DVD player. From all these players, it is going to play the song. Okay, so for that we have created someone has created a module. Okay, now while writing a different program, if someone wants to use the same that is FM radio into it, he need not rewrite the code for it. Rather than, what he can do, he can use the FM radio functionality from play audio module. So he can import directly from that play audio module. So reusage without any rework. So that is the beauty of the module. Okay, so for this reason only, instead of rewriting or recreating them, we can make use of the contents of other module in the other programs. Okay, and what is the structure of the Python module? A Python module can contain a much more than just functions. So just like functions, it will have the information, and more than that also, the Python module, it will contain the information. A Python module is a normal Python file only. So it is extended with the file name .py. Okay, a Python module is a normal Python file containing one or more of the following objects related to a particular task. So related to particular task, it will have one or more of the following objects. What are those? First one, docstrings, variables and constants, classes, objects, statements, functions. Okay, so what is docstring? It is a triple quoted comments. Okay, triple quoted comments useful for documentation purposes. For documentation, the docstring should be the first string stored inside the module or function body or a class. Okay, so for documentation, the docstring should be the first string stored inside a module or function body or a class. Okay. Next one is variables and constants. It is a label for a data. So in order to hold any numerical value, okay, so we can have these labels or string value also. It is a label for data, any type of data. And classes. Templates, it is a template or a model or blueprint to create an object of certain kind. And object means what? It is an example of class. Okay, in general, objects are representation of some real or abstract entity. So we will discuss the classes and objects concepts in a detailed way in a other next chapter. Okay, and statements means instructions. Okay, statements means what? Instructions. Functions means named group of instructions are statements. Okay, named group of instructions in order to complete one task. So we can say that the module XYZ means it is the file xyz.py. Okay, so if you say module means, we can say the module in other name also, like Python file. What is meant by Python module? It is a file or .py file containing variables, class definitions, statements, and functions related to a particular task. Okay, So a Python module is a Python file containing variables, class definitions, statements, and functions related to a particular task. Python comes loaded with some predefined modules that you can use it, and you can even create your own modules also. So loaded modules, predefined modules are also there that we can use it, and we can even create our own modules also. The Python modules that come preloaded with Python are called as standard library modules. So Python modules that come preloaded with Python are called standard library modules. You have worked with one standard library module, that is math, earlier in this chapter. We will also learn to work with another standard library module, that is random module. Okay. Next, we will see the general composition or structure of the Python module. So if you are going to have a module in your program, going to have a module. So the module will consist of variables, and inside the module we'll have the functions also. Inside the functions, we may use the variables, that is local to a function, and classes are also we may have. So classes will have the members and its methods also. Methods to be used by the members. Okay. And before we have this module, we can import these modules, or after creating the modules, we can import the modules. Or this module can be referring from other module also. Okay, if you are creating one module, that module will be having other module reference also. Okay, so a module in general, it is an independent grouping of code and data. It is an independent grouping of code and data also, we can say. That is, it is having variables, definitions, statements, and functions also. It can be reused in other programs. The other modules are used in other modules, no? So it can be reused in other programs. It can depend on other modules. Sometimes it can depend on other modules also in order to create one module. So let's have a look at an example module, namely temp conversion. So this is not a Python standard library module. This is a user created module. So we can create a module on our own. So here, for our understanding purposes, we have given a user created module. That is, the module name is temp conversion, that is temperature conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Celsius. So two functions we are going to have in this same module, temperature conversions. If you give input as Celsius, it can be converted into Fahrenheit, and if you give Fahrenheit as input value, and that should be converted into Celsius. So like that, we can have two tasks we can implement with the help of this temperature conversion. So what is the module name? Our file name is, it is indicated here in this module itself as a single comment line. So single comment line, normally it is preceded with hash symbol. Okay, so it started with hash symbol. So hash followed by temp conversion. So you can see the spellings and the small letters, capital letters also. Okay, letters case also we need to check here when we are creating the file name. And because when you are going to use this module name, if you know the cases and the letter cases and all, you won't get any error. Okay, so you need to type correctly the file name, and the file name need to be used in a function like help command and dir command, and all we need to use correctly. Okay, this name should be used correctly, or when we are importing this module also in other programs, that should be the name of the module should be given correctly. Okay, otherwise it will show error. So next one, we have the, after single line comment, we have the document string. So doc string, there are two more doc strings in this module. See here, there are two more doc strings, that is returns x converted to centigrade, returns x converted to Fahrenheit. Like the two more doc strings are also used in this module, one each inside the each function. So inside each functions we have one doc strings. Okay, so next one we have functions. So under functions we have two functions, def2 underscore centigrade of x, and then at the end colon. So here we have comment line, that is, you can see the indentation also here. Okay, see, after this def function, if you press the enter key, it is giving 4 white space. So after that only we can start typing the triple quotes, and then we can start typing this returns x converted to centigrade and close the triple quotes. This is another doc string which is used inside the function name to centigrade of x. Here x is the formal or actual parameter. So this is the formal parameter. Okay, because it is used inside the function definition or function body. Okay, sorry, function header. And return 5 star within parenthesis x minus 32, 5 into x minus 32 divided by 9.0. This is the formula to convert the Fahrenheit to centigrade. So if you pass the x value as 32, okay, so let us see here the constants. Freezing value of Celsius, no, temperature, no, 0.0. Okay, water freezing temperature is in Celsius 0, and water freezing temperature in Fahrenheit, if you are able to say, means that is 32. So that if you give Fahrenheit value as 32 here in this function, it should here in this variable x 32, if you are giving, that should convert the equivalent value in 0 in Celsius. Yes sir. Yes or no? Yes. So 5 into 32 minus 32 will produce 0. So 5 into 0, 0, 0 by 9, 0 only will be the answer when you are giving Fahrenheit value as 32 for x variable. Next function name is define to Fahrenheit of x. So Celsius value if you are giving as input for x, that is 0 if you are giving, that will be giving answer as 32. So 9 into 0 by 5.0, 0 plus 32 will be 32.0. So it will be taking higher data type only, even though if you have integers and floating point mixed expression, what will be the final output? Final output will be in the higher data type only. Okay, so it is giving the answer as floating point only. Okay, so like this, here we have created a module. Okay, so this module, now we will discuss about the elements of this module. That is, first one is name of the module. What is the name of the module here? Temp conversion. And module file name, if they are asking, you need to write with .py extension. Okay, temp conversion.py, and it contains two functions. What are those? To centigrade and to Fahrenheit. So function name, whenever you are writing the function name, it should be ended with parenthesis. Okay, opening and closing parenthesis. And two constants here we have used, that is freezing underscore C and freezing underscore F, Fahrenheit and Celsius value, freezing point of Celsius and freezing point of temperature Fahrenheit. And three doc strings are also used, that is triple quotes enclosed strings. Okay. Next one, the doc strings of a module are displayed as a documentation when you issue the following command on Python cell prompt. So after this Python cell prompt, if you are going to issue the following command, that is help of module name. Okay, that is after importing the module with import module name command. So import that module name you need to give, that is here for an example, temp conversion, temp conversion as only the module name that should be imported first before we make use of this help command. Okay, so let us see here. Python will display all doc strings along with module name, file name, functions name, and then constant. So whatever we have in the program, everything is going to be, all the doc strings are going to be displayed along with. So Python will display, when you are using this help command, what it will do, it will display all the doc strings. So three doc strings we have used here in this program, no, temp conversion. All the doc strings are also displayed. Triple quoted strings are also displayed. Without triple quotes, only doc strings, the lines are going to be displayed. And then along with the module name, and then file name, and then functions name, constant, everything is going to be displayed after using this, issuing this commands. That is after Python, in Python shell prompt, no, import temp conversion, temp conversion, and then help of inside parenthesis temp conversion. So this will be generated in your output screen. Okay, so that is module name, file name, and then functions name, and then constant data are going to be displayed. So what is the doc string means? Doc strings are triple quoted strings in Python module or a program which are displayed as a document when help command is issued. Okay, help of module name or program name is issued. There is one more function we can make use in this temp conversion, that is DAR. When it is applied to a module, it gives us the names of all that is defined inside the module. It gives the names of all that is defined inside the module. So like this, you will get the answer, that is freezing underscore C, freezing underscore F, built-ins underscore doc underscore file underscore. All these things, what and all names are defined, all that are defined, names of all that is defined inside the module is going to be displayed with the help of this DAR function. Okay. Next, general docstring rules are, okay, conventions means rules. What are the rules we need to follow when we are writing the docstrings? Always the docstring's first letter of first line should be a capital letter. Second line is a blank line. So these are the rules you need to follow when you are writing the triple quoted dark strings in the beginning of the module, any module. And then rest of the details begin from the third line. So dark string means it is started at the beginning. Okay, see here it is started here at the beginning of the program. It should be always starts with a capital letter. Okay, all the dark strings which is written first should be started with capital letter, and after this second line should be a blank line, and then whatever you are going to type, that is going to be, that statements are going to be started from third line onwards. Rest of the details are beginning from third line onwards. So these are the rules you need to remember when you are writing the doc string. Okay, so with this we will end up this video. Before that, we will see how this temp conversion file is created in the script mode, and how we can run and get the help command and directory command, how it is going to be used in this module. Let us check check here. Okay, so here we have typed the same program without any changes. Okay, now I'm going to run this module. So after running, first let us convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, and then Fahrenheit to Celsius, centigrade. So centigrade we want to get value. So for that we need to pass the value in the Fahrenheit. So floating point value I am just passing here. So it is displaying centigrade value as what? Equivalent value of Fahrenheit 32 is 0 in Celsius. Okay, now let us give to underscore Fahrenheit, the same function name what we have used in the module, that should be given here, 32.0. So both are correct only, no? Now let us import the file name, that is module name, temp conversion spelling should be correct. Okay, temp conversion dot py, sorry, not py, simply give temp conversion. After importing help of temp conversion, you just type it. Okay, so see the same output we have got here, that is first module name, help on module temp conversion. So if you are giving help command about a module, if you want to get some information where that file is saved, okay, that is going to be displayed here, file name, and functions, what are all functions we have used here. Under that doc strings, whatever we have mentioned, that is also going to be displayed here, and the document name and the purpose of this document displayed as this module name. Under module name we are getting this doc string as the document here, and every doc string is returned as a document only. Okay, and then constant values are also displayed, and file name also displayed, where this file was saved, that is also displayed here. Okay, so next we will, without importing, already we have imported this temp conversion here, no? Okay, so that no need to rewrite this import temp conversion again. So straight away we can make use of this dir of temp conversion we will use. So what it will display? It will display all the names that are all defined inside the module. Okay, so temp conversion, S should be, C should be capital, temp conversion. So it is displaying all the names of all that is defined inside the module is going to be displayed with the help of this dir command. Okay, dir function. So with this we will end up this today's class, and in the next video we will see next topic, that is 4.3 topic we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.